Abushan abrante ya o miscreation eye Ghana ni a wo bezi ewo US na me no kase a police for ensa aso ni mu a wo trendy ewo social media na the tian say nincha wo mo ache no ewo US no reason ti a police for no ade achi abrante no reason no eye quite shocking a Ghana for a reacted ade afa kire say de yese waye den waye ehojuma de eye 3 in one news na Mr. before I be kwakwohwe videos a efa ne ho ene de esene de ato no ewo US nyina no yani kan enhwe Ghana police versus Ghana civilians so de etwegu ewo wo mo side ba ye ba behwe eye ye ne bre ya owo US awo mo achi
Hey, mo bia mbakani. Mo bia mbakani.
Uyo bia, u police yo bia. Uyo bia. Munya. I don't fuck you, uyo bia. Mo fuck all of you. Me do for munya. Obia no bia. Do for mo wa ba ye. Munya double chat me. Asiafo.
Abusia nyambe chire Republic what just here nyame be chire Republic civilians versus womo a police front to kwale crest se krakeke na lasawa no de mete ye no na wo ka se omo ma ba ya na sese omo ma na so omo ma ba ya na
we fuck all of you me do for munya obia no bia do for mo wa ba ye
ah so ombe ba be ye Ombeba beye idea was omo ascend what as here John for fuck all of them. Abusia Mesra Musa war ye chese encrophobi fuck them no. Yan konkohwe the US police phone so e the Ghanaian national be a busy ewo United States like na share.
But this Ghanaian
yen bre ya o miscreation so no e na wo boy ye die eko nyina efa eye Ghana ni yo moachi no ewo US.
But this Ghanaian man in America has been trending for a couple of hours now, and I'm sure some of you might have come across some of his images. Now, for those of you who don't know what is going on, this Ghanaian man, his name is Kingsley Fifi Bimpon. He's from Aguna Swedru in Central Region. He attended Suez School and then later on Addis Ababa, and then finally he traveled to the States. Now, what happened? This 50-year-old man, Kingsley Fifi Bimpon, was at work in America. He works at the US Postal Service. Now, whilst at work, this guy felt dizzy, and then they asked him to go to the hospital. Now, under normal circumstances, they were supposed to drive this guy because someone feeling dizzy. How do you expect the person to drive? But no problem. This guy decided to drive himself. Now, after leaving this place, this guy thought he was going to the hospital, not knowing this guy was driving in the wrong direction. So he encountered these police people, this Agan police on the way. Now, they asked him where he was going, what is his name, where does he live. This guy appeared totally confused. He doesn't know what is going on. He kept on saying, I don't know. And they couldn't smell anything on this guy. Like maybe drugs or maybe alcohol. Nothing like that. So they decided to call the drug recognition evaluator. Now what these people do, they are not medical doctors. What they do is they assess the person. Whether the person is driving under alcohol or maybe drugs. They are expert. That be their job. Now when this guy came, instead of evaluating the situation and telling what is going on, this guy said it will be a bunch of time wasted. Something that takes like 30 to 45 minutes will be a waste of time. One of the officers even asked whether they should take him to the hospital. And then he said for what? Instead, they arrested this guy and charged him with driving whilst intoxicated. Now they took him to the Dakota County Jail. Even booking the guy was a problem because the guy couldn't remember anything. So they tossed him in the holding cell. In the holding cell, this guy laid on the floor, tossing and turning, urinating on the floor and even lying in the urine. All this while, the police came to check on this guy. Every 30 to 20 minutes, they'll come and check up on this guy. And they indicated in the report that this guy was okay. He lay there for over 3 hours before they noticed that this guy is not moving. So they came in with a jail nurse before they decided to rush this guy to the hospital. Not knowing when they met the guy in the car all the way to the jail, this guy was suffering from stroke. When they got to the hospital, they declared this guy brain dead. This thing happened last year, 16th November. He was on life support for 2 days before finally the family gave permission. They have been dragging the matter back and forth since last year. No matter what happens, you are demanding justice for this man.
Abusinya, yes, we a year, yen bray ye our no so ye content creator, or no so said the Usi chair in the SC, Elgo, US, Emu, what has yet, say Nambacha Republic, any or my police for a buso elkungidino. We a the US a police for so at the aye yen bray ya will be see a war, a honum jumadi, a year 3 in 1 news.
Right now, Libya is on fire. The Libyan citizens are sending away the European, the NATO, all of them to go outside. They say they don't need Europe and NATO in their country anymore. Because, you know, back in the days when Gaddafi was the president of Libya, Libya they don't pay light, they don't pay water bill, they don't pay for hospital, their school is free, everything is almost free for them. And they feel so much comfortable, and they started calling Gaddafi dictator. And America helped them remove Gaddafi. NATO helped them unalive Gaddafi. And right now, Libyans are paying hospital bill in dollars. And they start crying in the hospital. Oh, they want Gaddafi back because now they cannot do it, because now they are paying hospital, they are paying everything. Their father who make everything free for them is no longer alive. Now they don't. Are we going to cry or smile on top of this unreasonable citizen of Libya? Now, because Gaddafi is no longer alive, they make Libya mess. They use Libya against their home West African brother, East African brother, North African brothers, the way they mess with Somalians, with Morocco. Hey! They all do that one to black people, to the black Somalian, black Moroccan, black Algeria, black Libyans, and the remaining West African people who look Jerere like me. Now, their country is on fire. People are sending messages, but I have difficulty about the language because now they speak Arab. And people are sending messages, but it's very, very difficult for me to understand. But if you know this thing is happening right now and you know what is going on in Libya, please update us. We need to know what is going on. If you people need backup, we can check and see if you can come for backup, or we will just ignore you guys because you put yourself in this problem. You put yourself in this problem. Benghazi people, all of you, Tripoli, all of you dead. Now Libya is having almost like 2 presidents. Guys, we need more updates.
Abusinya na kire say we so eye de yesi ekoso ewo Libya o say sometimes we nya no free ya na wo ye ho gagai na ewiase no me hunu say the mean kan kura obi bo ne nyom was say you only know bibi ade bi o before so be hunu say wo pe no this ade na iden afri wonsa what you say yes because o she benefit na e see Libya for nya to the extent say yes na o si dan nyina ma wo mu president ni si den nyina e de ma civilians no ne nkrofo no kire say na se bia ni pass tina mu kake nipa se wo tina se adidi anyini awu o na ene si Libya woni problem but no mo se wo dictator ni nyina ne say no mo person mo ye de omo ye no enene ya ma mo kwan na mo ye and there me match say and na boarding and expensive na now person we dey open no first no mo ye de mawa we say omunjao na ye dey open no and expensive na busia ebe ye den subscribe to your channel for update na amazing aka you talk too much me fa wo in see ahasi